I agree with the principles that Jesus advocated, and that there's there's great wisdom in the teachings of Jesus, and I agree with those teachings.
Elon Musk is no stranger to making headlines. Whether it's launching rockets with SpaceX, pushing the boundaries of electric cars with Tesla, or discussing plans to colonize Mars, he's always in the spotlight. But his latest move shocked people in a completely different way. Recently, during a live TV interview, Musk mentioned Jesus Christ. Yep, you heard that right? The tech billionaire, who usually talks about AI, space travel, and futuristic technology, brought up one of the most famous figures in history. And let's just say, people had a lot to say about it. In this video, we'll break down exactly what happened during that interview, how the internet reacted, and what Musk might have meant by his unexpected mention of Jesus. The big moment happened during an interview on live television. Musk was there to talk about his usual topics: the future of technology, space exploration, and what's next for humanity. But then the interviewer asked him a question that took the conversation in a totally unexpected direction. What are your thoughts on religion? At first, Musk gave a pretty neutral answer, saying that he's more of a science and technology guy. But then, out of nowhere, he mentioned Jesus Christ. He said something along the lines of, "Jesus is a figure of great wisdom and influence." It wasn't a long statement, but just those few words were enough to send shockwaves across the internet. The reaction was instant. People watching the show couldn't believe what they were hearing. After all, Musk has never really talked about religion before. He's been more focused on things like AI, electric cars, and space travel. So to hear him mention Jesus? That was definitely out of the blue. But was this a sign of something deeper? Did Musk really mean what he said, or was he just trying to be polite? Whatever the reason, that one line about Jesus set off a chain reaction that would soon take over social media. Social media platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook were flooded with reactions. Some people were shocked, others were excited, and, of course, there were plenty of memes. On Twitter, fans and critics alike started debating the meaning behind Musk's statement. Some saw it as a positive moment, saying things like, "Finally, Elon Musk acknowledges Jesus." Others were more skeptical, with comments like, "Is this just a publicity stunt?" Reddit threads popped up almost immediately, with users analyzing every word Musk said. Some argued that Musk might be going through some sort of personal transformation. Others thought it was just him being his usual unpredictable self. Memes, as always, were quick to follow. One popular meme showed Musk launching a rocket with the words, "Musk and Jesus, the new power duo." People were having fun with it, but at the same time, there was a serious debate happening. But before we try to understand why Musk brought up Jesus, it's important to look at his past comments on religion. Throughout his career, Musk has kept his conversations mostly centered on logic, reason, and technological advancement. Religion hasn't been something he's openly discussed. If you've watched interviews with Musk, you'll notice that he prefers to talk about things like AI, renewable energy, and space colonization, rather than his personal beliefs. This is why his recent mention of Jesus during a live TV interview was such a surprise to many people. In the past, Musk has made it pretty clear that he doesn't follow any specific religion. He has openly stated that he doesn't pray or worship any deity, which aligns with his science-first mindset. For Musk, the big questions in life, like how to combat climate change or what happens to humanity in the future, are things he believes science can help answer. It's not that Musk dismisses religion entirely, but he just hasn't placed much emphasis on it in his public life. This is why Musk mentioning Jesus on live TV took everyone by surprise. In the interview, when asked about religion, Musk referred to Jesus as a figure of great wisdom and influence. It wasn't a long or detailed comment, but those few words were enough to spark a huge reaction. For someone who rarely talks about faith, this was a significant moment. Many of Musk's fans and followers didn't expect him to speak about Jesus, especially since he's been seen as more of a scientific thinker. Some people immediately started wondering if Musk had gone through a personal transformation, or if this was just a one-off comment. Has Elon Musk's view on religion changed over the years? Or was he simply being respectful of different beliefs? While Musk has rarely touched on religion, he has often spoken about big philosophical topics like life, death, and the meaning of existence. He's also talked about how humanity needs to think about the future in a much broader sense, including how we might survive as a species. For example, Musk frequently discusses the possibility of humans living on Mars, or creating a future where AI plays a big role in our lives. These are existential topics, and they naturally lead to questions about human nature, morality, and the meaning of life, all themes that overlap with religion and spirituality. Even though Musk doesn't actively talk about religion, he's never shied away from discussing these big-picture ideas that have historically been tied to religious and spiritual beliefs. So in some ways, Musk's mention of Jesus might not be as surprising as it initially seems. Maybe his comment about Jesus wasn't a direct endorsement of religion, but rather a reflection of his broader thinking about humanity and history. After all, Jesus is one of the most influential figures in human history, regardless of whether you're religious or not. When Elon Musk mentioned Jesus on live TV, it wasn't just the public that was taken by surprise. Experts from all walks of life quickly jumped in to analyze what his words really meant. Was it a slip of the tongue, a calculated move, or perhaps even a glimpse into Musk's personal beliefs? The conversation quickly grew, and opinions varied widely. One of the main questions people asked was whether this mention of Jesus was a strategic move on Musk's part. Let's be honest, Musk is no stranger to stirring the pot and making headlines. He's one of the most followed people on social media, and he knows how to keep people talking. Some experts believe that by mentioning Jesus, Musk might have been trying to appeal to a broader audience. Religion plays a huge role in many people's lives, and for a global businessman like Musk, it could be a smart move to acknowledge that. By referencing Jesus, a figure who holds great significance for billions of people worldwide, Musk could be positioning himself as someone who respects different belief systems. This is especially important as his companies like Tesla and SpaceX continue to expand globally. It could be that Musk wanted to show that he is aware of and respectful toward the religious beliefs of many of his potential customers. Some analysts have pointed out that Musk's companies are increasingly international. From building cars in China to launching satellites for governments around the world, Musk's influence is far-reaching. In this context, mentioning Jesus could have been a way to connect with more diverse groups of people. After all, as a public figure, Musk is watched by millions. Making a respectful nod to religion might be a way to make sure he's not alienating anyone, especially as his businesses grow into markets where faith plays a central role. On the other hand, some experts argue that Musk's mention of Jesus might be more personal. Musk is known for asking big, existential questions about the future of humanity, the possibility of living on Mars, and the role artificial intelligence will play in our lives. His work is all about solving big problems that affect human survival and quality of life. So maybe, just maybe, Musk's comment about Jesus was part of a broader reflection on the human condition and our place in the universe. Let's not forget that Musk didn't say anything radical about Jesus. He simply called Jesus a figure of great wisdom and influence. That's a pretty neutral, yet respectful statement. It doesn't necessarily suggest that Musk has undergone a spiritual awakening, but it does show that he recognizes the profound impact Jesus has had on history and human thought. Some experts think that Musk, as a person who often talks about human progress, might have wanted to acknowledge the role religion has played in shaping the world we live in. Another theory is that Musk, being a philosopher in his own right, might have been reflecting on the importance of moral guidance in a rapidly changing world. Technology is advancing at an incredible rate, and we're facing issues that require not just scientific solutions, but ethical ones too. Figures like Jesus, who represent wisdom and moral teachings, could serve as examples of how humanity has navigated complex moral challenges in the past. Musk might have been hinting at this, showing that even in a world dominated by technology, we still need to look to past wisdom to make the right choices for our future. Despite the differing opinions, one thing all the experts seem to agree on is that Elon Musk knows how to spark a conversation. Whether his comment was strategic or personal, it certainly got people talking. And that's something Musk is incredibly good at, From his bold statements about colonizing Mars to his tweets that move the stock market, Musk understands the power of his words. Mentioning Jesus, whether intentional or not, was yet another example of how he can capture the world's attention with just a few words. Some experts believe we might never know Musk's true intentions. He's a notoriously private person when it comes to his inner beliefs, and his focus has always been on technology and innovation. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating stories about the world's most influential figures.